But I think what's most important is not just the limited argument today, is that everyone should care about this birthright citizenship issue. It is not just about the access to citizenship and the privileges afforded by citizenship. If they can dismantle the 14th Amendment in our Constitution, they can also dismantle the other rights and privileges afforded our residents. First Amendment, Second Amendment, you name it.
The unfortunate reality that we are facing now in America is that it is incumbent upon attorney generals to stand up and protect Americans from their president. Because time and time again, this president is acting unlawfully in violation of the Constitution, and we cannot address a more fundamental issue than the one the court is beginning to address today, than what it means to be an American in the United States. And all of the precedent is on the side of the state actors here. Time and time again, the Supreme Court has weighed in on this and affirmed that if you were born in the United States, that you are a citizen.
It was astonishing to hear the United States government tell the 9 justices of the Supreme Court that they weren't sure whether they would follow binding court precedent. They weren't sure if they could concede that basic fact that is the underpinning of the rule of law in this nation. This case is about birthright citizenship, but it's about whether the rule of law and the constraints on the executive, and as Justice Jackson said, whether the president can act like a king. The answer, I think the court is going to say, is no, he cannot.
We're going to hear the other side. My name is Paul Campbell with the National Legal Policy Center. With me,
our passport forms, which require you to prove citizenship all the way up until 1966, required not just you to say where you were born in the United States, but what the status of your parents is when you were born. Were they naturalized citizens or lawful permanent residents, or were they temporary sojourners, temporary visitors? So the notion that this was well settled in the 14th Amendment's plain text or with 100 years of precedent is just blatantly false, and I was glad to see General Sauer say that.